Good morning, my favorite YouTube family. How's everybody doing? So, I have not been feeling my usual good self. Been under the weather. Right after I got off my morning monthly, I caught a cold. So, I guess from sleeping under the air conditioner, kind of busted lip from it. You get the little cold sore or whatever. So my body is like, no, ma'am. It's just not. This is age will catch up to you. So I had a long mile, 1,400 mile run. It was kind of sort of tight. So I'm like, oh, this is great. 1,400 miles. Gonna make some good money off of that load. By day 2, my knees was like ready to give out. Hold on, let me put this down. 1 second. I'm parked on a little bit of a hill, so just trying to make the coffee maker fall. Yeah, so sorry for the vibrating. I'm parked on a little bit of an incline. I'm trying to fix it. Hold on. Okay. Had to pull out the table to lock it. Anyways, this is a Clorox stain. By day 2, my knees was like buckling, and even with the heating pad, nothing was like helping this knee. So when I had pulled over, I think it was at the truck stop, I got out, I ran around, and then yesterday I went to Walmart. That was day 2.5. I went to Walmart. Walmart's pretty big, so I walked around Walmart. I thought it was going to get better, but it felt a little better. And then I took this is a prescription from the VA hospital. Let me cover my name. It's Noxaproxen, right? So I took 2 of these, and it helped a little bit. But then next thing you know, my ankles were swollen. So I was like, oh boy. It was swollen, but like, when you're driving in your car and you're doing a long road trip, I don't know, some people might get swollen ankles, some people don't. I usually get them if I'm in a small, squished up space. But the truck is not small, but it's from sitting too long, right? But the thing is, I'll stop, get fuel. I might stop at the 3rd or 4th hour and make something to eat. I use my stair stepper. So I do try to move my legs around. But what I realized about this whole situation with my body is it's overuse. So no matter what I do to try to relieve the stress, it's just overuse. Jumping up and down those truck steps, doing the landing gear. When I do the landing gear, this is a lot of Clorox stains. When I do the landing gear, I tend to do squats while I'm doing the landing gear, right? To keep my legs and my thighs and my booty firm. But it's not the lack of mobility that is part of it, but it's just my body is sore from the overuse of just sitting and driving. So the way they have this account is regional, but they want you to run 2 weeks straight. So y'all that know truck driving, some people that don't know truck driving that watch my videos, I will run about 12 to 13 days straight, no time off, except for the time that you go to sleep. So when you stop driving, you usually get about 10-hour break. Sometimes depend on what time the load is due, I won't really, jump on the wheel by the 10 hour. I might take 12 hours off, right? So I might do my 2 hours after I get off, stop the truck, clean up, wash up, do what I got to do, go to sleep. Then I might wake up, take my time, make my video, do my homework, and make something to eat. But it's just starting to wear on my body because of the straight 12, 14 hours running, right? So I'm noticing that it's starting to bother my leg real bad. The only thing I could really do is take a break. So I'm like, dang, they don't have no other schedule. So I said to my dispatcher, I was like, look, can I take some 34-hour resets when I need to, because my leg is starting to really hurt? And he was like, sure, you could take 34-hour resets is when you just take a break for 34 hours. That allows your clock to reset. So I will probably just do 7 days, 34-hour resets, instead of taking 2 weeks and then going home. I'm gonna just do 7 days and then 34-hour resets from now on. And I no longer have a place in Georgia, so I'll just stay at my daughter's house on my 34-hour resets. Well, she stayed with her boyfriend, but he's kind of like my son-in-law now. So I'll stay there for the 34-hour resets. And my plan is to only do trucking for 5 more months. So I'm gonna just stick it out for 5 more months while I'm finishing up my schoolwork, my degree. The way a truck driver life is, you really don't, I mean, it depends on your route. It depends on the type of account you on, if you have time to hit the gym. I really don't think I'm gonna be having that kind of time to hit the gym if I'm switching to 34-hour resets. 34 hours is just 1 day and a half off. That just gives me time to rest my leg, prepare my food for the week, and get back on the road. And that's just what I'm gonna do for now, because like they say, health is wealth. So would I make less money? No, I probably make about the same with that, switching it up like that. I just will have less time off in a stretch, because normally I would do the 2 weeks out and then 3 days off, but now it'll be 1 week out and 1.5 days off. I think that'll be better for my body to catch up, because all this driving is just starting to really bother my legs. I actually don't mind it, right? As long as I got some decent rest, I can drive. But my legs is like, no, this is not gonna work. So, and I'm on anyways, that's another story. I was gonna say, technically I'm military considered disabled, military disability, but that really don't got nothing to do with it. But that is why I'm not in, because of my leg. I had an injury, but I don't think the injury is why my leg hurt. It's just a matter of wear and tear on the body, getting older. You're using that knee all the time, because it's really my knee that be bothering me. And the weird thing about it, the driving knee will start to kick in and start to hurt, but then the left knee will start to bother me more. It's like a chain reaction. So then the left knee will start to really bother me, maybe because I'm not using it at all. And then the right knee will stop bothering me, and then the left knee will just be like, look like somebody just squeezing it, like it's just ready to fall off my leg. And there's something called muscle atrophy, where if you don't use a particular muscle, it starts to weaken. So I notice with truck drivers, they'll be getting off the truck, especially the overweight ones, their leg, they'll look really big, like edema or whatever. And then some of them, it don't have to be that big. It just looks like the skin, it's not really that skin. It'll be fat on the leg, but it's no structure. The leg just looks like blobby, like just blobby, even if they're not big. Like the person could just be like regular size like me, and their leg has no muscle tone. So it's just like straight flabby. So that's why I do the squats when I do my landing gear. Getting on and off the truck does keep my butt firm, but the knee, the pounding of jumping off the truck, jumping on, I don't jump off, but when I, the step is a big distance from the ground. So by the time you pound to just land on the ground, that's a big force that you're not really realizing. After time, if you're doing that every 3 hours, just stomping on the ground, concrete, it does affect the shock absorbers in your knees and your foot and your leg altogether. Then I banged my leg. I don't know how I did that. I banged it, and I don't know when I did this. We see that bruise? You see it? Oh, I don't know if you can see it. That's a bruise. I was trying to get up to the upstairs to the bunk, because that's where I put my fridge. I have it strapped up. I have my fridge strapped up there with the ratchet strap, because it wouldn't fit. The fridge that they gave us is installed into the truck, but it doesn't really, it's like a cooler. It doesn't really, you can't really do shit with that. So I just put like juices in there. But I had went up there a couple days ago to put my food in there, and I was coming down. I didn't realize I missed a step coming down, and I banged my leg on the actual step, like bang. So that's probably another reason why my leg is bothering me. Anyways, just wanted to get on and give y'all a quick rant about my day. So I still haven't made it to my load because of that. I had to pull over, and I couldn't even drive anymore. So I pulled over like 3 hours before, like I still had 3 hours left to drive, and I was like, I can't do it. I called my night dispatcher, and I said, could you please leave a message for my dispatcher in the morning that they're gonna have to either push this load out or reschedule it. He called me this morning. He was like, what's going on? I said, my leg, I can't, I don't know what's going on with my leg. And he was like, oh, okay, no problem. So it's an Amazon run. He was like, okay, no problem. I'll just tell the trip planner to fix it. So they rescheduled it for tonight at 9 p.m. So I got a lot of cushion on it now. So I'm gonna head back out. That gives me an extra hour to do some of my assignment. And I think that's what I'm gonna do for now until I can leave trucking. Trucking has done me a great justice. I will always appreciate trucking. It saved my life, right? But there comes a time in your life where you realize, okay, pay attention to your body and do what needs to be done to secure your life. Money is not more important than your health. And this is why I've always advocated for people to educate themselves. Get some type of skill trade, get certificates, because you can't always rely on your physical body to do everything. You got to have a backup plan. This is why I use my brain, and this is why I decided to go to school since I had small children when I was in undergrad. I mean, they were banging on the door, screaming, and I would just lock the door and I would just study for hours so that I can get my bachelor's degree. I didn't know I could do it. I didn't think I would be able to do it. There was some sleepless nights, crying, and you know what helped me too? Red Bull. Red Bull got me through college. But if you have a dream or goal, it's always possible. You just got to put your mind to it. Some days it might seem like you can't make it. Like last night, I just felt like giving up on everything. I felt like giving up on school, trucking, what I was like, what am I doing, right? And I'm laying in the bed, my leg is hurting. I'm like, man, I should just go work in some old factory or some shit and just call it a day. And I was like, so I just prayed. I was like, God, you got me this far. Just keep pushing. Just keep helping me keep pushing, right? And then I woke up after I took the pill, the inflammation pill, and I felt better. When I lay down, I do the exercises that the therapist taught me. The amazing thing is I thought my back was going to be the problem, right? Because, I got the slip disc in my back. I thought that was going to be the problem when I got back in the truck. It was actually good because I've been using the pillow on the seat and the heating pads for my back. But now my back stopped hurting. Now my legs want to act up. So I've been doing leg raises while I'm laying down. I try to strengthen my hamstrings. I go all the way out. I try to keep it there for 30 seconds, and then I go down, stuff like that. And then I do the circular motion on my leg or whatever. It helps, but the only thing that's really, really going to help is just resting it, not using it every day. I've been driving. I had my day off on the 8th, right? But before the 8th, it was 2 weeks straight. Before that, 2 weeks straight. Now, 2 weeks straight. So my last day is Friday. And most of the time on Friday, they have you on a load that doesn't get you back to your hometown until the nighttime. So you're really only getting Saturday and Sunday off, and then it's right back to Monday. So it doesn't really even feel like 3 days. Sometimes you might get a good low where you get in on early on Friday and it feels like you can enjoy your Friday, but that's rare. So it's time for me to get out of trucking and enjoy my life. But for now, I need to stack up on some money and finish school. So by next year, I'll be 50 next year, right? So I think that's a good milestone. I'm a little late in the game. I understand that, but I'm not comparing my life to everybody else, because I'm not going to be having an inferiority complex based on comparing myself to where everybody else is at, because everybody else has got their own situation going. You feel what I'm saying? I raised kids, got divorced when I was young, raised my kids. He didn't start helping until the kids became preteens. So I was doing it all by myself. You feel me? I won't say completely by myself, because his mom did help me for a while, and then she left too, because she had things that she had to take care of, right? So I couldn't steal her life. But at 50, I feel like I've accomplished 2 major careers, which is my trucking and healthcare, right? In my earlier years, I had my cosmetology license. I still have it active up to this day. So for the amount of things that I had to go through to battle, I feel like I'm pretty much on track where I need to be. I feel confident with what I got going on, right? So by next year, I'm looking forward to next year, because why? I'll be off the truck. I'll be finished with my master's degree, and I want to start enjoying my life. You know what I'm saying? If I have a 9-to-5 job, if I possibly don't do a 9-to-5 job, if I do it as entrepreneur type work where I do life coaching, however I decide to do it, God got my back. But it's now my time. I'll have time to go to the gym, hang out, hopefully meet some new friends, stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to my second half of life. You feel me? I don't know what that looks like. It's a little scary, but that's what keeps me going, is looking forward to what things could be. I enjoy what things are now. I'm not going to say I don't enjoy it, because every day I could wake up and see another day and see the sun shining. I am so grateful to the Creator for that, because there's a lot of people suffering as we speak. You know what I'm saying? Every minute somebody's probably getting unalived. So for me to sit here and complain about, to me, the things that are small in the big scope of life is kind of ungrateful. So I'm glad that God filled me with inner joy. I've always had this inner joy. Sometimes it is challenged, but overall I am grateful for my life. But anyways, just wanted to holler at y'all. And another thing, I tried to make a happy Father's Day video yesterday, and for some reason the audio did not come through on my shorts. So to all the fathers out there that are dedicating their whole existence to just being a dad to their children, God got you. Them kids appreciate you too. If nobody ain't never tell you, they appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing, striving to be better, striving to be a great dad, striving to be a good man. That's what it's all about. If you're struggling with actually being a father right now for whatever reason, take it up to God. Take it one day at a time. Don't beat up on yourself, but try to pick up the pieces. I say it's never too late. It's never too late to be in your child's life, one way or the other. If you got to write them a letter, whatever you got to do. If you're in prison and you got to reach out to them, at least reach out to them. That's what it's about. At least reaching out to them. Don't just say, "Well, I'm a deadbeat, I'm not going to contact them." F it. Never give up. Never, never, never give up in life. That's why you're here. You were sent here to never give up. Just remember that. Your whole existence and why you were here and put on this earth is to never give up. It's to be determined to do what you need to do, to fix what you need to fix before you leave this realm. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that left this realm in so much regret. Like, damn, if I had just one more week to finish this, I would have apologized to this person. If I just had one more day to see that loved one, I would have gave them a hug and told them how much I cared about them. And so many people take that shit for granted. You know what I'm saying? I hate to bring the narcissist word up, but when I was in relationships with narcissists, And all I would just want is like a hug. Like, just tell me you care. You know what I mean? Like, is it that hard to tell somebody, hey, I care about you, I love you? And they would just act like, I'll see you another day, and that'd be the last day they see my ass. Because when I don't come back, or you don't hear from me, you're like, how come that sweet lady don't call me no more? Because you're unappreciative. Your unappreciative ass don't deserve somebody that is good to you. So if people had the opportunity, if like you knew tomorrow would be your last day, you would treat people different. Maybe horrible or maybe the best, but I'm just saying, a lot of people are left this realm, have a lot of regret, and they can't take it back. Sorry, I'm trying to get over this cold, but that's what I wanted to leave y'all messages. Appreciate your life, appreciate what God has given you, even if it's a little bit. Even if it's a little bit, because some people don't even have a little bit. You complaining about your little house or your little car or your little apartment or your little paycheck. Listen, the same way you got a little bit, you can eventually get a lot more. You just got to take your time, have determination, and see a vision, see a goal, see what you want out of your life. Now, just imagine this. If all I can have is this right here, whatever I have right in front of me, would I still appreciate life? If the answer is no, then you have to do some soul searching. Because if this is all I had right now, where I could only do this, I would just have to deal with it. I would make the best out of it. I would figure out ways to actually make the best out of it. And that's what I'm doing right now. But the good thing about it is that in life, we have options. You don't have to stay stagnant. You don't have to stay in a situation you're not happy. But you got to plan it accordingly. Plan it where you're not putting yourself in a worse situation. Just because one situation is bad doesn't mean you got to put yourself in a worse situation because you can't handle it. Take your time, assess the situation, figure a way out, pray on it, and eventually the light will click and you say, oh wow, I should do it this way. Oh wow, I should try this. I should try this. A lot of times people don't want to go through the little bit of suffering to get to the major reward. They want instant gratification. That's your you have to control your impulses. It's called your id. You have to get control over it. Your ego is telling you, hey, this is not the right time. Maybe it's not the time to quit. Maybe it's not the time to move on. Maybe it's not the time to do this. Maybe it's not the time to leave this relationship. Maybe it's time to leave this relationship. But you don't listen to your ego. Your ego is telling you, hey, this is not going to work. Stop jumping the gun. Stop jumping off. Stop being emotional. And you're so busy trying to like just feed your instant gratification. If you constantly living your life feeding this instant gratification, you will be a wrecking ball. You will have a lot of anxiety and you will have a lot of emotional instability. So you got to take your time when you're making decisions, especially if it's life altering decisions that can change your whole situation for the good or the bad. You got to take your time. Nothing in life comes instantly like that. Some things do, but you can't base your life on hope for that to happen. All right, y'all. So let me start my day. Love you much. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for listening to my videos. It means a lot to me, especially when y'all leave your comments, leave your feedback. It shows that you love to engage. I'm all about the people. I'm all about engaging. I am not here on no ego trip. I am not here to be praised or anything like that. I'm here going through the same type of life experiences that you guys are going through, just giving y'all some insight on how to look at things and how to put things in perspective. And some people, y'all could help me. Y'all give great advice on some things that I may not be able to see, or it went over my head. You feel me? But I like engaging with you guys, and I feel like I've formed a virtual friendship, and I appreciate you guys for that. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.